Assalamu alaikum. This is a demonstration for the first experiment in the ME452 course. The experiment title is the calibration of two different thermocouples type. The main objective of this experiment is to calibrate the temperature and voltage of these two different thermocouples type. So in this experiment we need an electric heater, water container, we need a thermometer, we need two different thermocouples which are the K-type and the T-type. So how can you know the difference between these two? From the colors of the wires. So in the K-type we have red and yellow. For the T-type we have red and blue. We also need a data acquisition system, so we'll use the temperature card and connect these two thermocouples to the card. And finally we need a LabVIEW software to acquire the data using the computer. So in this experiment, and in order to calibrate the temperature and voltage of these sensors, we need to heat up the water in this container and then take different measurements at different temperature using these thermocouples and the thermometer. This one will be used as a reference temperature. Now we need to connect our data acquisition system to the computer using this USB. Now it is connected. I'll just press go to begin an application with this software. You see that the LabVIEW will be open. So I'll open a new VI. So to acquire the temperature and voltage signals from these two thermocouples, I'll just right click on the block diagram, go to express input and then select DAC assistant. Acquire signal, analog input, so I'll select temperature. I have thermocouples. So these two thermocouples are connected to channel A0 and A1. So I'll select these two channels. Then I need to change the thermocouple type. For the first one, it will be T type and the second one will be K type. Also in this experiment I need to acquire the voltage signal out of these two thermocouples. So in this case I don't need to add another plug for the DAC assistant. I'll use the same plug. I just need to add a new channel from here. So it will be a voltage. Then I'll select these two channels again. So I will have 4 readings, the first 2 for the temperature and the second 2 for the voltage. So now to save the data on the computer, I'll use the write to measurement file. So write to measurement file, binary TDMS, one header only. For this option I will select append to file. So in each reading, when I click run, it will save the temperature and voltage measurement on the same file. Then I need to select the directory of the file. Now all I need to do is just to connect the output of this block to the input of the write to measurement file. Also I need to acquire the temperature that measured with the reference device, which is the thermometer. In this case, I need to add numeric control in the front panel, then connect it to the same file. Now just to test the code, I'll insert the temperature of the thermometer manually, then click run. See that you have this binary TDMS file and you have your readings. So this will be the temperature of the T-type, the K-type temperature, the T-type voltage, the T-type, the K-type voltage, and then the reference temperature. Okay, now I'll delete this one and start taking the measurement. So the first reading will be for the ambient temperature without any heating. I'll just put these two thermocouples inside the container. And I'll put the thermometer as well. But please note that in the thermometer you have a minimum immersion limit, which is this one. So all these parts should be inside the container. Now I'll take the first reading, but just click on the run button. Now I have the file. If I open this file, sorry, I forgot to add the temperature of the thermometer. So I'll delete this file again. I'll add the reference temperature, which is 24, and then click run. Now if you open the file, you see that you have 5 readings. Okay, now I will turn on the heater. See, now the heater is running. Now I'll wait for 1 to 2 minutes and take the second reading and do the same until I have like 7 to 10 readings. Please note that to reduce the error in your measurements, you need to keep the thermocouples and the thermometer at the same level, and also you need to keep them away from the walls of the container. Okay, now I have all the readings. I have 7 readings for the temperature of the 3 devices and the voltage of the 2 thermocouples. So I'll upload this file, and then you have all the requirements on the manual. Thank you.